Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Truth Telling Podcast with Miss Keepin It Real. Today I have another special guest. As you know, all of my guests are special. And I have with me here today, Calvin Scott. Hey, what's up, Cal?
All right. Okay.
And today, if you know Calvin Scott, you know I got a lot of questions. So the first thing I want to touch on you with is, are you a polygamist?
Well, I'm not into it now. It's
Okay.
kind of like it be all fun and games when it first begins, but like when they start bumping heads, it's a different story. So like it's like separated. You know.
So when you say bumping head, you mean the two females?
They're two females.
Oh, okay.
It was one staying in the same house, but it's two different relationships when I first started getting into it. The first one, I had fun, whatever. And the second one is just they started bumping head, so like I couldn't deal with it. My patience is short for it now.
Okay. So was that your only polygamous relationship?
No, it was two. One was Shane and one was Keisha.
Oh.
And
Okay.
Shakira was doing both.
Oh, okay. So in the relationships that you have with these females, do you have any kids with either females?
Shakira DTH. I have one to go out with her.
Okay. So did that change the aspect of the relationship with your child?
No, not really. He fine, like baby. He out to himself.
Okay. About how many kids? I want to ask you this here. How many kids do you have in total?
All right. Well, with my wife, we didn't have no kids together. But all her kids were small at the age when she passed.
Okay.
In 9 years now. So I had her 5 kids, which was signed over from her on her deathbed.
Okay.
Went through the law, he went through the process or whatever. And I have my own.
Okay. How many do you have of your 7?
Yeah.
You sure it ain't 14?
That's it.
Because I was, just because you was told something, don't mean it was true.
Right.
That you have about 14 kids. When I said I was doing an interview with Calvin Scott, they say, Red Calvin Scott? I say, yeah, Red Calvin Scott. They say he has about 14 kids. So have you ever encountered with someone that you probably had relationship or relations with that you don't know for sure?
Yeah, I give or take 1 or 2. But I gave everybody the option, like, hey, come forward. Hey, if I'm a man. I take care of kids that's not mine. So you think I'm going to pass over mine? No, there's no way possible. So I gave my option. We could take a test, let's just be for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like they say, no man left behind,
Right.
no kid left behind.
Exactly.
And I know how I feel not to have a father figure. So, like, I know, like, that's not a good feeling. And I wouldn't dare nobody to go through it. Not nobody that share my blood.
Right. So when you say you know how it feels to not have a father figure, your father, was he present in your life?
He wasn't. My biological father's name is Calvin Sr.
Okay.
But my father is Elgin Darrison. And
Wait. Hold on. So your biological dad is?
Calvin Sr.
And the guy that raised you?
is Elgin Darrison.
Okay. I got you.
And I think it was cool to have, to be able to experience it because, like, I came in contact with it. Like, he was a stepdad. He took my mom in with 4 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I followed his footsteps. I took my wife on with 5 kids. Like, I look up to him. Not saying I don't respect my real father, but, Eldridge taught me everything. So,
Okay.
Like,
So you said Calvin taught you nothing?
He didn't. Let me just be honest. From my understanding, as I got older, women can deprive kids from their father, right? So like I was part of that. I was part of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was getting bits and pieces and this, that, and the third, you know, so like I didn't know. So like I was to the point where like, man, you know what, you know, have I felt at the moment? And it was bad. I ain't gonna lie, it was bad. You know, and I looked at him like a, you know, like oddball. And I looked at Eldridge as like the guy that stood up for me. You know what I'm saying? So like I got more respect for him. But I also have respect for my father because when I did get up in age and I thought about it, and I experienced going through trying to get my kids from different females, it was kind of like it was hard. And I would have did everything in the world.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that because some women, they hold children like they are a trophy, a grand prize away from the biological parent, which is the father.
Yeah.
And I know personally, I know a couple of females that will say, you're the dad, knowing damn well he not the dad, just to be with the other dad. So, you know, we have to realize that some of these men be put up in a fucked up predicament. So what can they do?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, I understand that. So, with that being said, do you have any grandkids?
Yeah, I have a few grandkids.
What's a few? Give me a number, nigga.
All right, one of my twins, Keon, he has 3.
Okay.
Right? 2 different women. Brianna Matthews, she have 1.
Okay.
Kia guy, she has 1.
Okay.
So like, you know, that's it.
That's it.
My other twin boy, my other baby boy, which is all my wife kids. But I mean, like I say, they're mine.
I'm going to tell you this right now. And I want the world to know. This nigga had a good wife. She was good, but he was a hoe, but she was good. Okay?
But one thing though.
What?
I went to the grave with her.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I stand up on my vows.
That's it.
And so like I'm proud of myself. That was something that I never thought I'd be able to do.
You did that.
And I did, and I had to look back on it and just, you know, kind of like scan through life and just look at it like, you know, I was, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, at the end, you know, when she needed me the most,
you was there.
I was there.
You was there. You was walking down the hall with her. You took a walk, and you was at the hospital with a chick. You slept in the same bed as her.
I did.
You know, ain't nobody perfect.
No.
We all know that. Yeah, so I just want to let you know, as being the real bitch I am, because they might not say I'm the realest, but I'm the realest. You did that. You was there. I personally seen you walking her up and down the highway, and you was there for her, and not just her, the children too.
Yeah, and I mean, like a lot of people, you know, they touched on a lot of touchy subjects. Like, I mean, like, I had people that was like, "Oh, you doing it for the money?" And I've been having, like, I mean, like, you know, I've been in part of the street game and part of, you know, that bad life since I was 13 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
right.
I was doing what I was doing in the streets, and you know, I had money. When she met me, I had money. Mm-hmm. You know, so like when she died, I still had money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I was doing what I could do. You know, I'm not gonna sound like I was just, you know, 50,000, 60,000 up. You know, but I was straight. I was fine. I was situated. But she did make me a better person, and like a lot of stuff that I do now, I do it for her.
Right.
Like I never take the chain off.
Right.
I got this chain, and I actually got it. Ex got it made for me.
Okay.
You know, so like, it got nothing to do with it, but it just got sentimental value to me.
Right.
You know, due to the fact that it's, you know, to my wife. You know, so like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
And you know, that's one thing I always noticed about you. When she was living, she was your wife. When she passed away, she was your wife. And to this day, you say that's your wife. And I personally, you know, I'm a real I guess these sharing called trollers. I be up and down Facebook. I read about my sleep and just start splitting up down Facebook. I never see you without that ring on your finger.
Yeah, I never take it off.
I done seen you. You never say, these are my stepchildren and these are my children. You always say my children.
Yeah, cause they don't have that guardrails thing. Their biological father, but you know, if you know, they never been around. So all they do know is me. All they have is me. When they mama passed, they had nobody but me. You know, and I took pride in it. You know, so like a lot of the 360 that I did was for them. It wasn't. I don't even think it was fully for me. And I feel like partially it was for God and for my kids.
Right.
And you know, in a good little bit for my mom. You know what I'm saying? For my parents. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I be coming around so I think about like some of it not even for me.
Right.
But I never take this ring off. I went to Punky P Parish jail and I told him it couldn't come off.
Right.
Because I felt like this was my good luck charm. And I just feel like she followed me.
Yeah.
And
we had a good one.
She there.
Good, she good.
Yeah, she there.
She good. Now let's switch it up. I remember I seen you on Facebook, and it had something to do with some cars. So do you have a dealership, or my nigga, are you towing cars? Are you stealing cars? Like, what's up with the cars? Like, what's happening? I need to know. The people want to know. Don't y'all want to know?
What's the name of this podcast again?
It's called the Truth Telling Podcast. That means you tell the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Or just shut the fuck up. Nigga, there go the door if you want to get the fuck up out of here. Now run it to me about what's going on with these motherfucking cars. Because I seen bitches on the news. I heard a couple niggas in the comments saying he ain't stealing no cars. So I need to hear from Mr. Calvin Scott, monkey husband, about what's going on with the motherfucking cars. Just run that shit.
All right. Look, all right.
Keep that shit 100.
It's 100. It's gonna be 100. Listen, you can't get nothing but 100 from it.
All right.
I know that's the only way it's gonna. You gonna feel it. You gonna understand it. You know what I'm saying? So like, all right, like it been. I'm gonna just say it been like 5 years. I've been out the streets, like totally streets, out the way, not thinking about selling nothing, not trying to do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had bought a truck before I got out the game, and when I got out the game. In 5 years, like I say, I bought a trailer. So I started off touring cars. Then, you know, I tore a couple of cars. People be like, man, look, I don't know what I'm going to do with this tow up. So then I started buying junk cars, right? So, like, it went from there. Then it just went from, you know, all right, well, shit, I'm gonna put it all over the internet. You know, I'm buying junk cars, you know, whatever the case might be. And I started spreading the word. And I had a pilot call me one day.
Okay.
And it's just like if you call me and say, well, look, Scott, I got a car for you. You know, certain people, you're not going to look into is this motherfucker stolen or not. You know what I'm saying? You can look into that shit.
Yeah, let's keep it a buck. I called you to come get the 550 out here.
Yeah, you know.
Because what that shit called, the suspense had fell on it. And I didn't want to fuck with it no more. So I just bought me another one. I bought 500. I told you come get the 550.
Right.
And I wasn't worried about what you did with it or what you did with it. Because I know once you come, it is what it is.
Right.
I'm not one of them bitches that gonna say, well, let me go see if the nigga sold the car to somebody else at 30. Right. But the next bitch might not be like me.
Right. But I asked the people, you know, hey, listen, if you don't have paperwork or whatever the case might be, do you care if you get back on the road or, you know, I can sometimes read people, like, you know, they older people, and people don't want that shit back on the road. So, like, go ahead and get rid of it, right?
Right.
But back to, you know, what we were saying, I ended up getting a car from a partner. And the partner, he was on drugs. And I didn't know. And like I say, by me not being in the streets, I don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So you call me, I tell you my price when I'm paying for a car. I buy the car, he give me the paperwork, this, that, and the third. We exchange shit, he signed papers. And he go back home. When he go home, I guess when he return home without that vehicle, his old lady like, man, where my car at? You know, why I would call it? You know, whatever the case might be. But he really stole up. He drove the car from Texas. I hadn't seen him in the car multiple times for years.
Okay.
But the car come from Texas. So when he got down here, you know, I buy the car, whatever. I'm somewhere else doing something else, and I send my workers to go get the car. They go get the car from out of Glen Oaks somewhere or whatever, and they get him, buy the car, get the stuff situated on it, get it right, sell the car, and the lady kept the plate on the car. She begged to keep the plate on the car. She kept it on there, and she ended up getting stopped. The woman, my partner, old lady, whoever the car name was in, reported the car stolen.
Okay.
So when they got it reported stolen, they called me. Hey, look, Mr. Scott, you sold this car. Woo. I'm like, yes, look, give me 30 minutes. I'm going to meet wherever y'all at. I'm going to come to y'all. Go to the 4th District, show them the paperwork what dude signed, you know, this, that, and the third. Everything's cool. A month or two later, I go across the news. You stealing a car. You sold a stolen car. I never even knew nothing about, you know what I'm saying? Because I had talked to the agent, I had talked to the police or whatever, the detective. Everything was cool.
Right.
I'm a man. I'm too old now. I'm 36. Now, you caught me like 10 years ago, I probably ran.
Right.
But like I did nothing wrong.
Right.
I bought it. You know, I purchased the shit. I went through who I went through. Like, I don't have to steal. Before I steal, I go back to the streets. It's not that serious. It's not that deep to steal somebody's vehicle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, I know people work hard for this shit. So, in between that, I'm talking to the lady, you know, we're going back and forth. She's like, yeah, I'll take another car. You know, she just so happened she don't want one of the cars that I got. Then she asked for another car. Okay. And at the time of that, like January, my son died. Jaden, he ended up having a car with the 4 kids that was in the wreck and lived in the parish. He died. So like everything after that is kind of like, it's kind of void out because like I have a death in the family. Right. But I'm still a businessman at the end of the day. And I know I got this going on, so I still reach out to the lady. But she don't put none of that on her. She don't add none of that. She don't tell the people how I still reach out to her. She don't do none of that shit. She goes straight to the news. People try to get me whatever she thought she was going to get done. But I got paperwork to file. Long story short, we went through the process and they put a warrant out for my arrest. I went to turn myself in, got right back out of jail. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. And
so you had to pay a bond to get out?
Yeah, I had to pay a bond. It was like 30 grand.
Oh, okay.
Like this. I mean, I ain't balling, but it's pocket change.
Yeah, it's not for what they somebody that's working. Yes.
Yeah, for what they put me through, like he ain't making no
So what's the outcome of the case now?
I'm going through it. I'm still going through whatever.
So what is? Can I ask you what is it exact? So is it just this lady, or are there several people?
No, it's just this lady here.
So what does she want? How much?
$1,800. That's what she gave me for.
Do she feel better? Don't you think it'll be better to give her $1,800 back, or how do you feel right about the case now?
To be truthful, fuck you and fuck your $1,800 because I offered it. I offered another vehicle. You had no business to go to the news people for me. Now, if I was still had the mentality of fuck you, I'd have just really fucked over you. But I'm not living like that. I choose not to live like that. I don't want that part of me no more. Like, I believe in God, and I don't know what that woman did for her money. And I'm sorry it happened to her. And I explained it, and I expressed it over and over to her. Right. Like, I don't know what you did. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, like, you know, hey, if you want to give me enough time, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I give you your money back, or however you want to do it. Okay. She still asks for another vehicle.
Okay, so let me tell you what to do with that. Sugar, honey. You know, there's a thing called, we all know about this, folks, restitution. So why don't you give her restitution and just let that shit go? Because her restitution should be no more than whatever it was. Right. So have you talked? Do you have a lawyer? Got a public defender? Like, where are you with that?
Stephen Sterling, that's my lawyer.
So what is Stephen telling? Is he telling you to tell his lady fuck her, or is he telling you, look, we don't do restitution again? Go and get this bitch out of the way, or what is he telling you?
In order for her to get restitution, she have to really go appeal for me to go to court.
Okay.
Right, she have to go start a court process, right?
Okay.
And that takes money. So I don't know what kind of money she's working with. I don't know. But I would kind of, I forgot, I don't know the proper name of it. I think it's countersue.
Okay.
Like, you put me through a lot of shit.
Well, you don't want to countersue her. Just go get a bitch your money.
Yeah, I give it to her. I give it to her.
It's $1,800.
Yeah, it's $1,800. Don't get me wrong. And that's fine. But you gotta think about, like, I'm still at heart. I'm a human being. And think about the shit you put me through.
Wait. Now let me talk to you about this right quick, honey. So how old are you?
36.
I'm 54. So let that shit go. Look, you ever heard of this? Real niggas do real things.
Yes.
Okay? Sometimes you just got to say, fuck it, suck it up, and give her and say fuck it. We're not worried about no humiliation. Because guess what? But you're going to get humiliated a couple more times before you leave this bitch. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is, and coming from a real bitch to a real nigga, look, let me get this bitch. It's $1,800. If all of this shit you going through is behind, you say $1,800, right?
1,800.
You ain't say 18,000, right?
1,800.
Give
1,700.
Okay. Well, look, give her an extra and make it 18 and let her go ahead on about her business. Because guess what? You got a business to run, kids to feed, and hoes to fuck. And you can't do that behind bars.
No,
and guess what? You don't know who you going before. Right. That's the judge.
Right.
But you know who's the head and the ruler of your life.
Right.
God. So sometimes we may have done some down bad shit we may not want to agree to. Right. Not saying that you down bad. Right. But guess what? Sometimes when a bitch saying you down bad or a nigga say you sound bad, sometimes it's just say, let's go ahead and get this over with. Right. Here you go. Because what you work towards is better than what you work for.
Right.
Now, did you work to get out of the game to have, you say you had a wife that left custody of her children to you. That's what you said, right? Yeah. You said you have grandkids. That's what you said, right? Yeah. You said you had a woman that said you did this, that, the third behind $1,800. That's what you said, right? You said you got a lawyer, right? So you paying your lawyer right now more than you could say, pay this woman and get it over with. We ain't worried about the news, my nigga, because we already know how the news work. Whatever stir go good, that's what they gonna present. They don't know and the people don't know.
That's another thing. The news put what they wanted to put on them.
Exactly.
They ordered my shit so bad to where, like, it was saying, like I was saying.
My son got murdered. The news said he was over there on a domestic abuse charge.
Right.
Wasn't no domestic abuse.
Right.
Whole murder on camera.
Right.
So guess what? Me, right now, not then, but now, thinking of as a businesswoman, as a foster parent, as a mother, okay?
Right.
I got a cleaning business, I got a podcast, not bragging saying what I got.
Right.
I don't make decisions based on, man, I'm about to go to war with these bitches. Fuck what they thinking. I'm about to say, you know what? Go ahead and do this the right way. This bitch I say to myself, all right? Right. This bitch just paid $200 for a son to come for me for a week. But let me cash out for her $200 back. And I would walk the door and be like, I sent you your money back because I'm not going to be able to watch your son. You said you're a businessman, right? Yes, you said you came out the trenches.
Yes, ma'am.
All right? You said that in so many words. So let me tell you this here. Sometimes taking advice from a wise woman, we gonna say in the street, a wise bitch will take you further than any never ever gave you. Give her 1,800 back, chunk that shit up, let it go. You might make the news a minimal time before you leave this earth. But guess what? You can't never go wrong, my nigga, when you doing stuff the right way.
Right. Amen.
You gotta lead by example. You want your children and your grandchildren to follow in the right. If this was your son, what would you tell them? Be honest with me.
If this was my son, what?
If your son was going through what you went through, we ain't talking about no polygamist. We ain't talking about no nothing. We talking about the fact of the matter of what the lady said. She gave you $1,800 for a car and whatever happened after that. Would you tell your son to fight it out in court, or would you say, man, go ahead and get a woman her money back?
To be honest, I would tell him to make it right. So
What's making it right?
Making it right meaning like, hey, text or call or whatever you got to do, email or whatever it might be, and ask her, hey, how would you like your form of payment? You know, you want your money back.
So you say to yourself, I gotta make this right.
I did.
I got children and I got grandchildren looking up to me, and you don't know how many other people you done left an impression on in the world that's looking up to you. Because me myself personally, from knowing you, I don't see you as a fucked up individual. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But I could say that I did pass judgment on you. Man, this nigga that took this lady money, man, that nigga gonna get that fucking lady her money back. I said that.
Right.
But I never stopped fucking with you.
Right.
Because I done called you, you done came to my house, you done whatever I asked you to do, this, that, and the third. I'm gonna tell you this here. You have to learn this here. A more positive life.
Right.
You more encouraging to your grandchildren and your children when you do what's right.
Right.
Because guess what? A nigga can tell you anything. It don't mean they telling you what's right. And a bitch can tell you anything that don't mean this is what's right.
Right.
So you go back to what not Calvin Scott Sr. told you, but the stepdad that raised you, and you do what's right. And with that being said, I would like to thank you all for joining the Truth Telling Podcast with Miss Keepin It Real. And I want you all to type in the comments to Mr. Calvin Scott, do what's right. Fuck what they say. Have a good night.